this concern I have, it's an ongoing concern about the messaging coming from the Democratic Party and those Democrats that appear on news shows. And I respect you, and I'm completely on board with what you have said about Gaza. I completely support everything you say about Gaza. But I want to, when you appear on these news shows, and I saw the same thing with Congressman Ro Khanna yesterday, you are literally answering the questions that the interviewer is asking, and you're doing great. These are like very, you're giving out a lot of information
let's get to the point,
on that
John.
one issue. Okay, the point of the matter is that this is a campaign, and the Donald Trump campaign is giving us gold. They are having their people at their rallies sing anthems to the January 6th hostages. They're calling them hostages and patriots. And these people, and the Democrats aren't getting this out, they defecated. They literally defecated in the Capitol. They did such terrible, terrible things, and none of that is being mentioned and woven into the answers that are given to these news shows. And I just give an example. Someone who gave a tutorial on this was literally Congressman Turner, a Republican. He showed up yesterday on a news show, and he just bashed Biden left and right while still answering the basic question of Martha Raddatz this week with George Stephanopoulos. So I just would ask what your comments are on that. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I think we try to do that as much as we can, but there is also real important information that we need to talk about in terms of what's happening in Gaza, and that is just as important for churning out the fragile coalition that we're going to need to rebuild for November. So I think that, I'm on judiciary, so I get a lot of chances to talk about what a danger a second presidency of Donald Trump would be, and also January 6th. And the language and the rhetoric is just heating up, and it's horrific. So we'll continue to try to get that message out, and certainly hear you.
Congresswoman, we have about 45 seconds here, not enough time to take another call before we hit up break. There are people like Rachel Bidikoff saying Democrats need to really go on the offensive, take names, and kick ass. And then there are others who say Democrats just really need to talk about, the good stuff they can do, because people are just so sick and tired of, ass kicking, as it were. What are your thoughts on messaging?
I think it's both. I think we have to be an opposite show why Donald Trump would be just so horrific as a dictator, self-proclaimed dictator on day one, who is saying that migrants aren't even human beings. I mean, this is horrific. But I also think we have to have a proposition agenda, right? And we've pushed the White House on this. We're getting ready to release our own proposition agenda, our economic agenda that is going to really show people what we are going to do when they put us back in the House and the Senate and the White House, and make sure that people know that we're fighting for universal child care. We're fighting for affordable housing. These are things that people across the country are struggling with, and they need to hear Democrats lay out the vision and the plan for how we're going to make their lives better. So it really is both. And we'll keep pushing on it.
Great.